So Dodie just uploaded a video about the media and YouTube and the relationship between them, and mainstream media's like a sensationalization of YouTube and sort of obsession with negative aspects of YouTube over positive aspects of it. And she invited video responses, and that's great because I have opinions on that. Also, I have a chocolate brownie in a mug from Sorted Food, and it's delicious. I think part of the problem with media's almost obsession with making YouTube, like with delegitimizing YouTube as a platform, comes from the idea of YouTube celebrity and the difficulties there are and how that's sort of a grey area. So we ourselves as a community often struggle to understand the relationship between the viewer and the audience, and the idea of YouTube celebrity is really fickle because it isn't fully based on subscriber count, it's primarily based on who you know. It's really difficult to get the relationship between creators and viewers because the vast majority of creators are viewers and a large proportion of viewers are creators, and of varying size in terms of popularity. And I think that confuses mainstream media because, as Dodie said in her video, mainstream celebrities, be them musicians, actors, their creation is very much separated from the idea of them being a consumer of something in the same area. I think mainstream media views celebrities as only the creators of their product. And so they view Adele, they view Beyonce, they view, I don't know, J.K. Rowling as primarily being writers or singers, or as musicians, or as poets, or presenters, or dancers, or whatever they're famous for. They view them primarily as just being a creator of their art. Whereas they view YouTubers as being both the viewer and the creator, and I think that confuses them. And so they focus on how, in their eyes, how this person who sits in their room and interacts with random people online has gained millions of followers and has all of this money through just talking to a camera, like loads of other people do, and it's not fair, all these thousands of kids getting rich quick off YouTube. And it's much easier to talk about how outlandish it all is because it's very new. I also think there's a fear. Written journalism, like magazines, newspapers, are struggling. More and more newspapers are transferring more and more of their content to just being online based, and they need to engage with a new audience because younger audiences are not engaging with traditional print media, and that's scary. Nobody wants that industry to die, and so they're adapting, and so they're trying to engage with younger people, and they look at places where younger people are being engaged, such as YouTube, and they see clickbait and they see all of these sorts of things and think, great, we'll just do that. But everyone knows that clickbait is very difficult to get right. I think most like new journalistic type things just don't get it. And so they take to looking at the most extreme and the most negative things they can say about something and exaggerating that point. When it comes to advertising and sponsored content on YouTube, I think the controversy around that, and we have the whole Oreo massive scandal thing that happened, which was just so unnecessary, is again because YouTube is really new and because it's new territory, and media's reaction is generally, or some media's reaction, is to respond with fear and respond with outrage. With things like sponsored content, there are very few viewers, I feel at least, who are actually bothered by it. Most viewers don't care when a creator makes a sponsored video as long as it's still a good, genuine video. But for some reason, mainstream media does care, which is silly because when you look at television, you look at film, there has been product placement and sponsored content out there since the beginning of time. Basically, I think that print media is scared, so I think print media is adapting to become more clickable and more shareable and more adapted to do well on social media, because I think there is a genuine lack of understanding from many people who are higher up in those companies, probably because there is a generational divide. And if they were to employ more young people, that would go away. You can see places where it's doing all right, although there's still a central focus on a few certain YouTubers and the way in which they interact with their audiences, and there's a lack of understanding that yes, YouTube is big main creators, but it's also creators like me who's like floating around 150 subscribers and has been for many months. Anyway, this was really rambly. I think, yeah, so my main basic points, let's review. I think the problems with YouTube and the media stem from a lack of understanding of YouTube celebrity and the confusion around that because it's so different from mainstream celebrity. And I think it also comes from a place of fear of print media dying out and then wanting to be adapted and suited for social media and for being shareable. Those are my thoughts. I don't know. I'll link to Dodie's video, I'll link to the place to get my delicious chocolate brownie. Also, tiny little side note, can we please talk about Let It Shine for just a hot second, because that was an incredible show and I'm so glad that 5 to 5 won. I was literally supporting them since it was the 8 of them and they were performing with Ollie Murs. I picked out that 5 of them as well. I love them so much. Please, if you leave comments about YouTube and the media and stuff, but also leave comments declaring your love for 5 to 5 because they are everything. Are we not? Thank you. Cool. I'm gonna go edit this now. Bye.